Hello everybody and welcome back to more KOTOR 2. In between this episode and last episode, I went ahead and upgraded everyone, leveled everyone up, gave people some new gear. That's why the party's a little bit different. I didn't go into the Overhaul though, so we didn't miss any like dialogue or cutscenes that we normally would have had.
Finally
that we will have,
let
yeah.
me take
cool.
a look at your circuitry.
Answer: indeed I did. I hope you understand how difficult it is for me to trust a meat bag with something as delicate as my inner mechanics. Explanation: our encounters with my copies has convinced me that I should look into upgrading my capabilities in order that I may be able to destroy them with greater impunity.
Worried you might be going obsolete? I understand.
Objection: nothing of the sort. I am programmed to improve my capabilities if it will improve my chances of destroying a target, even as unsavory an avenue as this.
You don't have to suffer on my account. Maybe you are better off not letting me dig around in you.
Retraction: you must understand, my previous interactions with meatbags have rarely been pleasant. Disclosure: after all, most of those meetings involved the termination of said meatbags.
It obviously couldn't have been your charming personality. Now, if you want me to see if I can upgrade your functionality, just let me get to work on you.
Answer: in that case, please go ahead. Just be careful not to damage any of my delicate parts.
He's so scared about untrained
My
meatbags.
self-diagnostic indicates that my performance has indeed been improved. Also, many of my systems are reporting improved efficiency. Commentary: I am most pleased with this turn of events. It would appear that my initial analysis of your mechanical abilities was incorrect.
You're welcome.
And he gets a permanent +1.
If you've got some
Constitution.
time, I'd like to see what I can upgrade for you.
Yes, I do have a few moments to spare for your work. I would like to know what he is doing here, though.
He helps me out with repairs. That isn't a problem, is it?
I suppose not. Perhaps in working on my circuitry, your assistant will learn something about how a fully functional droid is...
The ever-ongoing fight between Goto and the remote is awesome.
Just ignore him and let's get to work.
I would appreciate that. Our group has little in the way of time to spare, and I would not want to delay you from your other duties.
Right. Let's get you open. See what you can do. I have to say, you are put together quite well.
Quite
There wasn't
well.
much to do.
As I told you, my design is streamlined and efficient, though I am pleased that you were able to make some improvements, and this was not just a waste of my valuable time.
There were a few things from my remote that I was able to integrate into your construction.
I see. Well,
+1 dex, cool.
Iridonian,
Oh my
I would
God.
like to speak with you about your assistant.
My assistant? Oh, right. What is it?
I believe he has it in his head that my relative size is comical. I find his disparaging beeps and whistles to be quite annoying.
I thought only utility droids had size issues.
If I am to continue to operate with him, I would appreciate it if you spoke with him about this. Otherwise, I will be forced to find a more permanent solution.
And that's all. Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and do a roundup of training people, maybe.
My life.
Yeah, we gotta teach these.
My life.
Although I think there's only one, yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to show off what Juyo does because it's awesome, and I want to put it on. -4 defense, you get some defense back against your current target. Weaker against force powers, but you get an extra attack for every round. So this allows you to get up to 6 total hits, which is awesome. Plus you get an extra modifier to critical hits. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and switch on over to... Oh, we gotta go this way. Oh god, the stupid menu sucks sometimes. Please, just let me change. Oh my god. Shift 9? No, does that not work? Works for 4, works for 5, works for 7, doesn't work for 8 and 9. There we go. God. Super annoying to try and get to that. Anyways, we're just gonna quickly round up training. Teach them all Juyo. I'll like assign people to have actual forms at some point. Oh, I gave the disciple a new robe. Give him that run who's at Nomi's robe, I think. We don't need to... Maybe we do need to talk to Kreia, actually. We could probably get further with some of her dialogue.
Yes.
Did the Mandalorian... But...
We've already been through all that. Okay, no, I think we're done talking to Kreia pretty much. There's one more thing. I think I did talk to her about this, but... Yeah, okay, we did. I was gonna ask about the time that we heard that echo, and we can talk to Goto.
The political situation on you have done there.
And there's another 2,000 credits. Nice. Talk to Mira.
This better not be it.
So she learned the Juyo form. I think we can train it to Atten, and then we're pretty much done. Because that's all 7 forms we know. Here we go. Real quick, next place we're going to is Korriban, but first we need to take a stop at Nar Shaddaa, because we got to talk to Gita. The one Rodian who wanted me to establish new trade routes. We got the one to Dantooine, and she wanted one here. To Onderon. And that's not really going to happen because Onderon's in chaos, but she can trade with the Mandalorians on Dxun. And we'll just bring Mira and Yoder, because I want to change him to be on Juyo for him while I get the chance. Long loading screens, probably because there's a ton of saves and a ton of mods running.
Let's move out.
She's set to Juyo. No, I want you on... What even... You're a critical fighter? Yeah, I don't... Which one of these is better for critical hits? Probably Xian. Also, apparently we are missing one form. This is going the wrong way. We need to go this way. There we go.
Yeah?
There we go. I want him to set to Juyo as well, since he uses sabers. Like, he's a guardian like I am, so I want him to get as many attacks in every round as possible. Then we need to go talk to Gita, who's, I think, over this way. Don't exactly remember, but I'm pretty sure. Whoops, we're going a bit too far. Nope, it's the other side. This is where Ondar is, and told him to get lost. And he said we wouldn't be able to do business here, except he lied. We can still do business.
Back up.
Onderon is in chaos, but there's Mandalorians on Dxun. And that's all the trade routes. And now we get some even better stuff. A Barandos Sage Robe is pretty good. Let's look at the weapons here. No new weapons, really. Nomi's armband we're gonna buy. Just because it's unique. Shrink D package, I wish... That's actually terrible. What? Okay, well, that sucks. Power implant's better. This is what I really wanted. This is where you can normally get one of 2 Viridian crystals. I'm just gonna buy like all of these. The HK Protocol Pacifist package. We're gonna grab that. I thought she was supposed to have some better stuff, but I guess not. I don't know. The Pacifist package is interesting. It's pretty funny. We'll see what it does once you get back into the Ebon Hawk. It's a pretty fun item. It's a fun little interaction you get to do with it. We'll probably get another cutscene between Goto and the remote here, at least. No, we do not. But we need to talk to HK, who's in the cargo bay. I forgot.
Query.
Found a new upgrade part.
Statement. Something approaching joy is now growing in my behavior core. Cautionary.
It's all the pacifist package. Are you okay?
Answer. I do not know, Master. I feel strange. Like a switch has been flipped.
You're combat ready, so stay sharp.
Answer. Combat ready? Did you mean in case we need to run away or retreat? Oh my, I'm afraid I'm ill-equipped for combat. Surely Master is joking with his humble, peace-loving droid. I exist only to serve, and learn how to serve meatbags. Musing. I think perhaps I would enjoy learning a new language, or watching an informative holovid.
I think you might want to run another diagnostic.
Answer. Master, your concern is unfounded, I assure you. I am operating at peak efficiency. Greeting. Oh, hello, little T3 unit. I am HK-47, Protocol and Translation Droid. Answer. Of course I am all right. Why wouldn't I be? I respect all life.
It's so
all
good.
Life is connected and should be nurtured.
That does it. That package is coming out of there.
Exclamation. No, Master, no. What are you doing? Statement. Master, please, I beg you, never install anything again without checking it in the diagnostics bay first. That was a close one. I almost surrendered completely to peace and pacifism. How repugnant. Conclusion. Still, there was a brief moment where I felt I almost understood why some meatbags choose peace and friendship over a high-powered blaster carbine.
Bonus. Wow, wisdom and awareness. Huh.
Query.
And an XP bonus. Try certain my sister is your electronic butchery done.
Query.
Here's a couple more things I actually want to ask him.
Query. In statement. Yes, Statement. I suppose so. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's State. Observation.
You went through all this already.
And answer. Well, Master, unless you were operating during the Jedi Civil War, I was responsible for certain aside. I am somewhat unclear as to why this was so, but Revan. Answer. Revan
Okay, I don't think we
felt
ever
the
listened to
true
this.
War was against the Jedi.
The Jedi.
Observation. It was not something discussed with much of the others, but I think Revan recognized that a single Jedi, both in the past and in the present, could turn the tide of a conflict. So my targets were frequently Jedi, or someone close to a Jedi that could result in their corruption or collapse. Revan often assigned me to kill leaders or supporters of certain Jedi so as to erode their will.
Why was that important?
Answer. Revan saw the pressures of war on Dxun and knew that even in the heat of conflict, Jedi could be broken, not physically, but psychologically. Observation. It is a curious thing to assassinate and wound someone's personality, to assassinate them psychologically, and it took me some time to reconcile the acts. I am much more used to their direct approach. Still, I served well and killed many Jedi.
So I need to know how you kill Jedi in order to protect myself.
First, Master, I would appreciate it if Jedi need to be killed, that you permit me to kill those annoying pseudo-pacifists for you. But if you are determined to do it yourself, then there are many techniques I would suggest.
Like what?
Recitation. First, weapon selection is critical. If I see one more idiot attacking a Jedi with a blaster pistol, then I'll kill them myself.
What weapons do you suggest?
Answer. Select grenades, sonic screamers, cluster rockets, and plasma charges. Mines are also effective, since many Jedi will run to meet you in hand-to-hand combat. Silly Jedi. Addendum. Gas attacks are effective if you can take the Jedi by surprise. Inhalation is less effective than ones that work on skin contact, as some Jedi seem to be able to hold their breath for long periods of time. Cautionary. Still, don't rely on it, since Jedi can fight off the effects. It just distracts them, leaving them open to another avenue of attack.
Any defenses you suggest?
Hesitation. Do not forget to activate any energy shields you possess. Lightsabers, while powerful, have trouble penetrating most military-issue energy shields, provided they are energy shields and not those crude Mandalorian melee shields.
Melee? What about countering force powers?
Answer. Countering their other powers is more difficult. Confession. I do not fully understand their other abilities, but I do know that many of them require that the Jedi know that you are there and can see you. Thus, sniping and using cover are always advantageous.
Anything else?
Evaluation. A technique that Revan used frequently was to attack a Jedi indirectly. This method only works if the Jedi is adhering to the self-destructive path of pacifism and sacrifice.
What do you mean?
Answer. Kill their allies or place them in jeopardy. Many Jedi will leave themselves exposed in order to protect another. That is why there are many less Jedi than there were a decade ago.
Seem to have thought this through.
Cautionary. Oh no, Master. In fact, that is the worst thing you can do. Explanation. Statistically, over-planning the assassination of a Jedi seems to backfire. Extrapolation. There are many theorists who claim Jedi can see the future, and I do not know if that is true, but it seems impulsive acts are more common to succeed than planned incidents.
Use these techniques to protect yourself.
Jedi, like San Kivers, seem...
So another 1000 XP and a boost to, what was that, reflex and something else. Actually, we can check right here. Most experience, constitution, and reflex. Oh, what's my constitution at? Still not enough to wear anything better. Although I think if we get one more constitution, we could. But now we move on to the final planet, Korriban. Now, something interesting about Korriban is that I don't know if this is actually, like, if there was a part that was intended for the game, or if this is something that, like, if there's something, there's another planet called M478 that you can visit after Korriban. It's like the continuation of it. And I don't know if that was ever, like, added into the game, or if it was just an idea and the community recreated it. I'm not using it this time. It can be a little glitchy, and it adds a long time to the playthrough.
This is Korriban. Why would one of the Jedi
maybe
you're looking
I'll
for come here?
Show it off at some point if people want it, but
there is some trace of those who
it takes a long time. It adds a lot more to Korriban. It makes it probably the longest planet, even though it's across two.
Beasts by the dozen. So don't worry, you won't be quite as lonesome as she makes out. You might want to keep your lightsaber sharp, or do whatever you do in these situations.
Although I think that the pilot's mechanical devices are probably accurate. If there are Sith here, their numbers are few and they are hidden.
It seems quiet. Just the wind. But deep beneath the surface, you can feel the pain of what took place here. This place merely tolerates sentience walking upon it. It is pleased to have been left alone.
Whatever that means.
Power here for those with the ambition to use it. There is great power in this place, for those who can hear its call.
There is much that would draw a Jedi to this place. The resting grounds of the ancient and more recently departed Sith contain many teachings believed lost. The most likely place to find our lost Jedi is the ruins of the old academy.
Let's head out then.
If you walk Korriban's surface... I cannot. This place is strong. I will remain here and meditate. The academy, dark.
You're gonna ask what happened here. It's pretty simple. In the first game, depending on whether you went light or dark side, I also want to take the disciple. Bear with me. depending on what your choices are in the first game, if you go light side, obviously the Sith are crushed. With Malak gone, the Starforge destroyed, the Sith fall into ruin like they always do.
Structures you see, each tomb.
Yeah, these are all the tombs.
Even the many traps.
All these tombs that you got to see in the first game.
The broken.
Yeah, she says don't loot these things. There's nothing to be gained, even though I just got Dominator gauntlets, which are like the best gauntlets ever, especially for Theodur here. They do summon Hissis to fight, but I'm more than happy to fight these guys. They look pretty tough, but when we're in endgame setups, it's fun. Yeah, if you go light side, there's like no Sith left. The last few fall into infighting and ruin and kill each other, and I'll explain the rest after this.
Of Tulak Horde, known as the greatest.
Tell me more.
His skill was considered remarkable even in his time, when many true lightsaber masters lived.
Saying that modern Jedi are poorly skilled?
If you were to face an ancient Sith Lord in combat,
yeah, I don't think so.
You would learn that we are as children playing with toys compared to the prowess of the old masters.
I don't really get that.
That is unknown. But supposedly, he created a holocron to teach his technique to other Sith. The holocron would have been laid to rest in his tomb.
Like, I get some of the ancient Sith being more powerful
tomb was among the first
with this Force, using ancient techniques, Sith alchemy, and that kind of stuff, but in terms of lightsaber combat, I don't necessarily think it makes sense that the old masters... Like, obviously there would be some... Like, Tulak Horde was one of the best duelists in his day and would probably be really good nowadays, but I don't think he would be like all the Jedi back then would be, or the Sith would be better than the Jedi now.
And the Sith Lord
doesn't really make sense.
Nearly conquering the Republic in the Great Hyperspace War a millennia ago. More recently, this tomb was where Revan confronted Uthar Vin, the leader of the Sith Academy. When Revan left Korriban, the Sith Academy was thrown into turmoil. With their leader gone, many fought for the right to rule. And so, the Sith here turned on each other, resulting in the carnage you can see covering the surface of this valley.
That carnage was also continued after the destruction of the Starforge and the death of Malak, as there was even fewer like Sith to rally around just in the galaxy. Not only was the Master of the Academy and all the strong Sith here defeated, but with Malak dead, the Starforge blown up, the Sith kind of all turned on each other and destroyed each other. And if you go dark side as Revan, what happens? This is gonna be a spoiler for the dark side ending in the first game. So if you don't want to hear, skip ahead like 5 minutes or something. But obviously, you take over the Starforge. You destroy the Republic fleet. However, you don't blow up the rest of, you don't destroy the rest of the Republic. You just blow up their fleet at the Starforge, and then you get visions similar to what Bastila's hologram in T3 said, where you got visions of something dark out in the Outer Rim. Where are you going? Oh, here's the third one. So he leaves known space, even though he's dark side, and there was no one else left strong enough to control the Starforge. So again, the Sith all turned on each other and wiped each other out, which still allowed the Republic to survive just barely.
Is the tomb of the great Sith Lord, Marr Ragnos, a half-breed who possessed tremendous strength, both physically and in the Force. Ragnos held power for over a century, using his cunning to turn his enemies against each other. His death left a great vacuum of power. We're standing close to the spot where Naga Sadow first confronted Ludo Kresh to vie for domination of the Sith. Their struggle nearly resulted in a civil war that would have torn the Sith apart before they ever threatened the Republic. Yes, it is the way of the Sith. They must continually test their strength against each other, even if it means destroying themselves. As fate would have it, a pair of hyperspace explorers from Sinagar landed on Korriban. Naga Sadow manipulated the Sith into believing they were a sign of impending Republic invasion. This fear resonated with many Sith who were discontent with the lack of expansion of the Sith Empire during the reign of Marr Ragnos. Thus, Naga Sadow became Ragnos' successor.
Is that a body I can loot? Oh, it is. Look at that. I don't know if this one will summon Hissus. I assume it will. Yeah, let's go. More XP. Am I going to be able to... Oh, I'll definitely get another level. Should be pretty soon, actually. We'll go learn about this last tomb. And there'll be one more, like, history lesson.
This way leads to the tomb of Ajanta Paul, a fierce Sith Lord. According to legend, the blade proved more fearsome than the Master, leading to his demise. Ajanta's dark spectre lived on through the centuries until Revan entered the Sith Lord's tomb in search of the blade. Revan calmed the angry ghost of Ajanta Paul and showed him the path back to the light.
Sound like you disapprove.
One who has fallen so far and done so much evil does not deserve redemption. In a way, such a turning from one's nature is cowardly, a betrayal of the self. Perhaps. But redemption is a form of spiritual collapse, a fall few recover from.
What about Revan himself?
Unknown. Some have suggested that the blade led to Revan's demise, as it did Ajanta Paul. That is only speculation, however. Where Revan wanders now is knowledge that only Revan holds.
And knowledge that the rest of us hold if you read the book Revan! Interesting, I didn't realize that you could get Lightsaber from that one. I have listened to these like once and then usually just skip over the rest of them.
You can just barely see the Sith archaeologists' efforts to uncover relics of the ancients. The new Sith Order sought to progress quickly by finding objects of power. I can only imagine what was lost forever due to the carelessness of these excavators. Now the excavation has been almost completely undone by 5 years of wind and sand. So does Korriban protect its secrets.
Neat. More Hissus to fight, though. Always up for a good fight. Just annihilate you, just completely wipe you out.
This one is mine.
Oh yeah, this team is pretty. I love the Disciple. He gets ungodly powerful because he's. Of course, there's more HK here. He's a combination of a. That's another Keldroma belt. Is that what he's wearing? Yeah. Okay. Because of the combination of being a soldier, so he gets extra feats and really good powers. Or really. Oh my lord! I'm breaking the game. Stop using burst of speed. Okay, well, to fight this guy, we're gonna have to fight the T3s. Yeah, you keep saying the same stuff, and you're all gonna get murdered by lightning. Okay, I just got pushed back by a power blast. I did not mean to run in and cut him. I'll let them finish him off while I loot these guys now. Them, nothing to loot on him. Get a nice level. Just give me a crap ton of Persuade. It's like all I really need. Powers. I don't... Like, I just... There's not really any powers I need anymore. I will grab this. That does have an interesting thing later on. Force Suppression and then eventually Force Breach. If I remember correctly...
The valley we just came from was full of dark energy.
There is great. I would advise...
Yeah. Don't come into this cave until you've explored the academy, is what she's saying. And a bunch of Shyraks come out of here. What was that scream baby there? I thought it was supposed to be more than 2. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe more will glitch and spawn soon. Korriban is really quick, especially if you skip the cave. You don't need to go into that cave, but you pretty much always should. If you just do the academy, you can do it in like 5 minutes or something. So next episode, because we're going to end this one here before we enter. Maybe we'll take one step inside. Of course, we got stuck in place.
These Takata were once trained to serve the Sith here.
You can expect.
Yeah. We'll finish this entire academy in, like, probably... Well, it'll take a little longer. I'll probably talk about some more history, because that's what everyone loves to hear. The cave will take a long while. We could probably get both of them done in one episode, though. So next episode should finish up Korriban, and then we move on to the final bit of the game. Oh, we got one major... Kind of major... We got one big thing left before the actual last bit. Look who's here! He ain't dead!
Here. Find her.
Darth Sion, all the way back from Paragus, who blew up that asteroid field. He's still alive! We'll take out these two kata, then we'll end it. Yeah, we got trapped in here, by the way. These doors don't open.
Let me handle this.
This one is mine.
And there have been times where, like, the first couple times I played this game, I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know how to, like, finish this quickly, so I spent hours just, like, running through here, looking at everything, and I eventually figured it out, and I felt really dumb. But we're... Oh... That's my bad. I clicked off the screen, and it hurt the game. It didn't like that. But we're going to end this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.